Acts chapter 8 and verse number 36. As they traveled down the road, they came to some water. The eunuch said, "Look, here is water. What would keep me from being baptized?" The story of the Ethiopian eunuch in Acts chapter 8 offers a very powerful lesson on the urgency and significance of baptism in the early church. When the eunuch encountered Philip on his journey from Jerusalem, he was reading from Isaiah 53, but he could not understand its meaning. Philip, led by the Holy Spirit of God, joined him and explained that the suffering servant described in Isaiah was in fact Jesus of Nazareth, the Messiah. What stands out in this encounter is that Philip must have taught the eunuch something about baptism, because upon seeing water along the road, it was the eunuch who immediately asked, "What would keep me from being baptized?" This question reflects his readiness and conviction. He did not wait to even reach home or a more convenient place. In that moment of belief, he desired to act by being baptized. The early church understood baptism as a vital response to faith in Jesus Christ. Consider Acts 2, where nearly 3,000 people were baptized the very same day they heard Peter's message. There was no postponing or delaying the decision. Baptism wasn't treated as some symbolic act to be scheduled for a later date. It was an urgent, faith-driven response. The eunuch's response also reminds us that nothing external should delay someone from making a commitment and a decision for Christ. The eunuch was on a literal road trip, far from home, yet he saw some water and knew what his next step was. His example calls us to reflect on our own willingness to act when God's truth is made clear to us. So when faith is genuine, action should follow immediately. Baptism is not a ceremony of convenience, but it is an act of obedience and surrender. The eunuch's story reminds us that when we recognize Jesus as Lord and Christ, the appropriate response is to be baptized without delay, to commit fully to the one who has already committed everything for us.